Hi, this is Don Matteo, and you are listening to the Ought to Know Better podcast. Let's do this.
Leeds are shit.
We're recording, you know.
Oh, shit.
We had a good start. I don't think we've got the personnel.
You can fucking laugh all you want, you absolute bellend.
I think about things, that's why you lot are idiots.
A melted version of a dick that's been shrink wrapped.
The absolute elite shithousery of this.
Good evening and welcome to the Ought to Know Better podcast, season 6, episode 10. I'm joined by the wonderful Karl and his premature, well, maybe not so premature, internet and laptop. How are you this evening, old chum?
I'm doing okay. It was incident-free on Sunday, you'll be glad to know.
I was watching in bits. Bit like I say, I was in the middle of nowhere, but I did catch on a little few bits and bobs. Jay, without the hairbrush, how are you?
I'm alright, mate, yeah. I'm alright.
You're still with us?
Yeah.
Still with us? Not been killed by any Narskull or buggered off up Mount Doom?
Not any time recently, mate, no.
Good, excellent. Hello, everyone in the comments. Let's get your interactions going. Give us your thoughts. Give us your news. Tell us whatever you want to do this evening because it's Tuesday and it's anything goes Tuesday. Because I just made it. It is what it is.
No holds barred.
No holds barred. We are going to talk briefly initially about the glorious win against the Hammers on the Friday evening. Did you both go?
Yes.
Yep. I saw your big Swede from my seat as normal.
Did you? I did turn around to see if I could see you. You were shouting some abuse at someone.
Oh, yeah.
You are. Well, like, right. He's getting a bit vociferous. So, yeah, what did you make of the game, Jay? Obviously, Karl was on Baradi and Coke with our good friend Johnny Brown because I was unable to attend, unfortunately. So we'll get his thoughts a little bit. We'll get a bit of a summary of him. But what were your thoughts about the game, Jay? What did you think going into this game originally? Do you think we were going to get a win? I'm going to have to adjust this.
I went in there thinking that we should get a win. I was nervous. Can't lie, I was nervous because it would have been quite a bad one had we not won, looking at the games that are coming after. So it were, without saying it were a must win, it were very important, I think. So I thought we had enough in us, and the way we played, you know, we should have beaten teams like Burnley and Spurs and Bournemouth. And we've come away without stuff in them games or with a point against Bournemouth. But West Ham, the way they've been playing, I would just, I think will be too much for them. The way we've been playing, we do create chances, we do cause problems, and they don't seem able to cope with anything at the moment.
Yeah, they don't look great, do they?
No, I mean, watching the game itself, like obviously we had a great start, and I was just like buzzing from the off then, and I was just, I thought we were going to end up scoring like 4 or 5 the way it started, but it all calmed down a bit, didn't it, later on? But yeah. It's obvious that there were certain players who gave all they had first half. They were put in just to try and get something on the board, I think, before half time that we could defend. And for the most part, the plan worked, and I didn't feel that there was any real jeopardy from West Ham at any point in that game, other than when they scored. It's just I was so calm and casual. I wasn't worried. I want like oh God, we're going to concede here. I just felt calm, and I think the atmosphere reflected that a bit because it wasn't the loudest like you might have thought it would be for a game like that. I think people were just, once we got ahead like that, I think everyone just chilled out and calmed down.
I think well, initially it were quite rapturous. Initially, they were in good. They were in good spirits, weren't they? But obviously, 4 minutes later, things took a turn, shall we say? Karl, what did you think to the starting 11? Were you surprised to see that many starting or starters dropped out? Obviously, 4 changes to the initial starting 11.
I was shocked, to be fair. But I think what kind of turned his hand was that we didn't win against Burnley, so he couldn't stick to his "I'm not changing a winning team" scenario for me. So I think he made changes that rightly probably should have been made. I think Perry needed to come in. We spent 18 odd million on a first choice keeper. I think it's a bit foolish to keep him on the bench, if I'm being perfectly honest. Yeah. He needs to bed in. I thought Biol coming in, I think even if Strike wasn't fit, I think we all would have come in. Myself and Johnny spoke about it on the pod on Sunday. It was like against Preston last year in the championship with Strike. He got rolled a few times right on the halfway line, which caught us out pretty badly. So I think maybe take him out of the firing line a bit. I think same with the scenario with Stack and that. I think it's a big battle between Stack and Tanaka for that starting place in there. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, I'm absolutely delighted because it makes a change from struggling to put 3 players in the centre of the park that are good enough to play for the club. So overall, I thought the changes were probably needed, but something to freshen up. And then it's just a shame we only got 45 minutes out of Okafor. But, it's the 45 minutes you did put in were 45 of the most solid minutes that we've seen, to be fair.
I think Fark alluded to the fact that he downplayed the illness that seemed to have struck a few players in his pre-conference on Thursday, and obviously said that obviously it were a lot more serious, or there were a lot more players affected in a negative way after the game had finished. But yeah, it were nice to see, and like you said, between Tanaka and Stack, I think I'm quite happy to see him chopping and changing. Against teams where we should be on the front foot, especially against West Ham. I think the vast majority of us were quite confident going into this game. And we needed to be, because we can't be shivering behind the defensive line against a team that are so bad. Like, obviously Wolves should have given us a little bit of confidence, because obviously they're down at the bottom of the league as well. So West Ham look really, really poor, and they've got some cracking players as well, and they did show it in spells. But obviously there's something, I don't know what's going on there, but you see it's very, very strange. I just wanted to highlight something. Something that Johnny had said about your hair, Jay. He says, "You're looking very blow dried tonight." Is that something to do with the fact that I might have mentioned it in the original tweet this evening? You smarted
Absolutely
yourself
not.
a little bit.
Absolutely not.
You've not just
This
dragged
has been
yourself
all
out of
day.
bed for this one.
No, I've been at work, mate. Some of us have to go into the office sometimes.
Well,
Sucks.
Shite, isn't it?
It's fucking shit.
well,
Sky
working is.
TV.
I mean, it is what it is. So the second half were a little bit different, wasn't it? Because in the latter stage of the second half, we obviously made some changes. We brought on a few more substitutions. Harrison came in. Justin James came in for Goodmanson. I'm not sure what the crack is with him. I'm hoping it's just something minor, and he's not going to put him out for a couple of weeks. Because I'll be honest, when I saw him limping off, I was like, oh no, he's one of our best players.
I thought our whole game plan were going to fall apart without him. Is that important?
Yeah. He is quite important in here. But I thought JJ came in and did a good job, though. He looks very good. I mean, granted, it's against West Ham, who aren't very good, at this moment in time. It might pick up for them. They might bring in another coach. I think it's probably on the cards, let's be honest. They're not going to carry on as they are. They're going to obviously have to try something. The fans are protesting as they do.
I think it was a very good game for the likes of Justin to come in and get his kind of feet under the table, get used to playing in front of Ellen Road, and just build his confidence. He's been a sub for the large part of the season, and a game like that would probably help his confidence a lot. So if he does need to come in again, then at least we've kind of got the reassurance that he's more than capable of filling in for Goodmanson, I think,
I think when you look at it, I mean, we're gonna come back to Bryn's comment here. He said that Bryn says Perry looks great, save off Bowen's head. Sorry, I'll try that again. Perry looked solid, great save off Bowen's overhead and to reaction after it, and then that little spooner, the little beat away afterwards were pretty good. For a big lad, he got down there quite quickly, didn't he? And a smart save the second half from that cross. They did start to pile on the pressure a little bit in the second half. I've got the momentum graph here. Eventually, whenever it shows, I've clicked off it now because I double clicked, because it's just what we do. But if you obviously in the second half, that tells a completely different story, doesn't it? They were more on the forefront. But is that us making the changes that we needed to? Obviously, losing a couple of key players, Okafor and Goodmanson, etc. It allowed them to get in at us around the backs as well. I thought Somerville didn't really offer much. They didn't really offer a great deal going forward, West Ham. I was surprised, actually, because they've got some class players. If you offered me Bowen, I'd snap your frigging hand off in a frigging heartbeat. Yeah. And it's very strange. Would. Yeah, you're getting probably most teams in that league, to be honest.
Somerville didn't do anything.
Yeah, but
His
were you
body
really
language,
expecting him
he
to do
looked fed
something?
up.
There were a lot of people saying that the way that they got off the coach, they looked absolutely devoid of confidence. He said that there were a few people saying, "Oh, you could see it in their eyes that they weren't up for this." Coming to Elland Road, especially on an evening, I don't know why, but especially on an evening under the lights at Elland Road, it is a very, very tough fixture. That will have been in the whether that affected them or not. I don't know. Who knows? But it's not a very nice place to come, and I'm pretty certain that Somerville will have been dreading it as well. Bit of a mixed reaction. I don't know how you guys felt about him coming on. Did you boo him? Did you cheer him? Did you clap him?
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, I didn't do anything really. He didn't
react really.
So as far as working,
I mean, people are entitled to their opinions, obviously.
Yeah.
People can. I won't ever tell someone what they can and can't do. But I didn't really understand the boos. I get a bit of tongue in cheek or whatever. Boo, But I didn't. It seemed a bit more personal. I mean, yes, he left. Yeah, he buggered off.
He didn't do anything particularly wrong though, did he?
No.
He didn't hold us to
ransom. I can see why people might. Yeah, but I can see why people might have a bit of a disliking towards him because of how his initial, season started in the season when he did leave us. Obviously he's had his turbulent times under a few managers or whatever. But I think he left on pretty decent enough terms. He wasn't an arsehole, were he?
No, I don't think he was. And he was still and he was still putting in the effort in pre-season training prior to leaving. You know what I mean? And it's not like he wasn't sitting out games because he was worried about getting injured. He still played in the friendlies. He still trained.
He did go missing towards the latter ends of that season, and he was just trotted around doing absolutely jack shit, which might have left a bad taste in the mouth for some fans, which is why it might have reflected in why they wanted to boo him and stuff like that. But like I say, what a bit of a mixed thing. I didn't really do anything. I didn't cheer him. I didn't clap him on. I didn't boo him. But I just wanted to get your guys' takes on it.
We're exactly the same.
White Rose Al says, irrelevant is Somerville. Great for us in that moment, but his career has gone backwards. I mean, he's at a Premier League club, so it's not gone backwards that much. But he's not really done anything.
Has he?
Yeah, he's not really done anything.
I think maybe what White Rosal means by that is his progression from how he built himself up and how he was progressing as a player has gone backwards. Not so much his career, because he's, like Smarty said, he's gone to a Premiership club. So it's one of them. I'm not bothered by it. I'm not, I didn't care really, to be honest, about him on Friday night. I was more concentrated and involved in how we were doing, not him.
It's one of them weird things with him, isn't it? It's like sometimes some players, they only get one shot at a good move that's going to make the career go where it could go. And he picked the wrong club, basically, because he's now going to be a player that plays for bottom half of the Premier League teams at best, I think.
You're always going to struggle to shine unless you're an exceptional talent. I mean, probably Rafinha aside, you always knew when he came to us that we were just a stepping stone. And I think most of us were quite happy to be that stepping stone. You could just see the guy had raw talent, and his work ethic was huge. Pretty much dragged us kicking and screaming out of that frigging relegation zone, in Bielsa's second year. Somerville is no Rafinha, is it? Let's be honest.
No, not many are.
Like I say, when you're playing in a relegation team, when you're playing in a really poor team, you're going to have to be something special to shine. And fortunately for us, Rafinha was that player, but Somerville, I don't think, has that ability. But, you never know.
Yeah, well, be first one asking to leave when they go down.
But this is the thing,
He may do.
He may or may not. Like, he didn't do it to us, so he had his chance to leave when we got relegated, I'd imagine. So he wanted the number 10 shirt. He said he had the broad shoulders for it, and he proved it that season. But like Smarty said, he went missing it towards the end of it.
It was huge for us in the initial part of that season.
Until maybe January,
we relied on him.
He was big for us.
We relied on him.
I think I don't mean to dig up the past now, but I think everyone after that Wales defeat in the playoffs for the Euros. I think that hammered everyone, not just the Wales lads, because I don't think anyone came back after that break and covered themselves in glory at all.
No one did they?
No,
all just went tits up from there on.
That's the thing. We can say he kind of fell off the edge a little bit towards the end of last season or the season prior to last, and I think the whole team squad as a whole, the mentality was as low as it could probably have gotten. fair play to him. He got his move in the end, and it hasn't really affected us in a negative way at all. We brought in players that I feel have probably are going to outshine him in the Premier League. And we had all the rest there last season just to kind of keep it ticking over. So I don't think it was a big loss last year.
We were a much better rounded team last year than we were the team
Yeah.
before. You know, we had
Working
Butcher
team
and
individuals.
Somerville, obviously. You know, they were great players to have, especially Jorginho with his flair, etc. But you know, obviously replacing them with players like Rothwell was huge. You know, obviously he got a bit of a bad rap, especially from one of our guys. Gilly gave him a bit of stick at the start of the season. And look how well we did there. So, like you say, you don't always need these fancy players to kick on and get out of these leagues. You know, you just need a decent enough squad and a bit of teamwork.
That's it. It's the beauty of a team, isn't it? You don't have to have all the best individuals. You just have to have people that fit together well.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to. Season.
Yeah.
I didn't want to turn it into a Somerville chat anyway. I just wanted to get your thoughts.
Of course, yeah.
Digress. So I probably spent a little bit more time on our next player than we wanted to. Any standout players for you, Jay?
Oh God.
Any performances that you want to speak about? A certain Mr. American boy, the Menford Messi.
I would say that DCL had a really good game, apart from not scoring. He was winning stuff left, right, and centre again, and he looked really, really good. Real deal, sort of line leading front man, but just needs to start adding some fucking goals. But I can't knock Aronson at all. He had a fantastic game. I'll hold my hands up on that one. Unlike Gilly, if somebody plays well, I can say that. I don't.
James is in the comments and he says Gilly gives everyone stick, it makes them better. He needs to start giving Dominic Calvert-Lewin a little bit of stick. He might start scoring some goals.
I think. I don't think he's the answer still to the position long term, but hey, he's playing well at the moment, and if he keeps that up, then he deserves to be in the team.
Yeah.
He does the good things right, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think at present it's his shirt to lose, really. Like
at the moment.
Well, yeah, but there's no one better than him, is there? Really?
It probably won't take long.
So
at the moment,
It's a shame he can't add a few more goals to his performances, unfortunately, because, like you say, he's putting in the graft. He's getting around the pitch. He's holding up the ball well. He's doing literally everything else right. And you contrast that with Pirro, who can't do all the other stuff, but can bang a tidy goal away. I've just heard Gilly's head explode. No, you haven't heard Gilly's head explode, Johnny. He'll just be crying into his man slippers and his dressing gown or whatever he's got on.
Don't knock dressing gowns, man. You wear Crocs.
Whoa. He wears dressing gowns, mate.
I wear a bleeding dressing gown.
That's fine. I'm not saying I will ever give you any stick for whatever attire you so fit to wear. I don't care, mate. It doesn't affect me.
Right. Okay.
If I want to wear some Crocs, I'll wear some bloody Crocs, all right?
Go fast, stripe Crocs.
The best fucking footwear
ever. It's gone tits up this thing, hasn't it?
I like Crocs. Jay likes cocks, apparently. There you go. I don't know a better revelation there, ladies and gents.
You were talking to you there, mate. But,
breaking news.
Don't you
Teflon shoulder. All in all, any standout players for you before we close this little segment out, Karl? Anyone you'd like to give the kudos to?
I want to give kudos to two players. I want to give one to Perry because he came in and, like Bryn said earlier, it was class. He had very little to do, but he was very alert for saves. He got very unlucky with the goal that they scored. It was literal fingertips away from getting a touch on it.
Very sharp.
He did, yeah. And the next one I want to say is Tanaka. I thought he came in. He's been very critical of himself, I think, online recently, and I just wanted to give him a mention because I thought he did very well when he was playing, and I think again we've got two great players there between him and Stack that can definitely challenge for the place. So it's good for competition, it's good for morale in the team, and keeps everyone on their toes. So yeah.
I see that I've triggered Bryn in the comments quite easily. I've given a player praise that Bryn doesn't like, therefore Bryn's gone absolutely mad. He'll be about 5 Red Bulls deep. He's over in Prague at minutes.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
I don't know why he's watching us and not enjoying himself. Bet Laura's like, will you piss off and let's go out? You're watching these losers
just soon. I've got to see what else.
I just need to get this over about Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I can't speak.
I've got to
Can't add goals. Dominic Calvert-Lewin without service. Crosses from Harrison and Aronson in the last 2 games have been a disgrace. I can't really.
That's
I
true.
think it's a little bit strong, but yeah, quite possibly true. What's he missed in the last 2? He's now match fit and sharp, unlike earlier in the season. Bournemouth wasn't best performance from his finishing. No, he's not the best finisher. We've said that, but he's got a lot of other assets. He's got a lot of strings to his bow, and that's the good thing about him. We just need someone else to start chipping in with the goals. I'm sure when Dan James is up and fit and firing, Okafor's back to full strength, and we've got Willie Nanto ready to roll, they'll contribute a lot more with the goals as well.
That's what we need.
But apart from that, centre of midfield's cooking in it. Even Gruev came on and did a decent enough job. I mean, he's probably not as good as, he's definitely not as good as the other 3. Or the 4 even, but like you say, he did well. Did Gruev? He didn't put a foot wrong, and he's aggressive in here. That's exactly what you want.
Problem with him is you don't know whether you're going to get that Gruev or the one that does nothing. Sometimes he has really poor games where his passing's just off and it's all sideways, backwards, and it doesn't even reach the man. Sometimes other games he's great. He's tackling, he's passing. You just don't know which one of him you're going to get sometimes. I think that's why he's lowest down the order in most people's minds.
Roland Button-Up says, is Smarty going to make OKB accessories for his Crocs?
Don't give him ideas, man.
I wasn't going to do. But you never know. No, I won't be doing
Jesus that. Christ.
They'll sell worse than our T-shirts.
They'll be out of your bank account, not ours.
I've asked a few people who have actually bought our merch, which we'll do with obviously the advertisement for that in a little bit. We'll drop that one right in there. But if any of you actually have the very small amount of people who have bought a T-shirt or whatever, if you want to send pictures of you wearing it, we will show it online for everyone to see and poke fun at. We've got a couple. To show later on. I want to ask you about this game, chaps, on the 26th. I mean, obviously, we were never positioned to play on the 26th of December. But as it's become more clear over the last couple of days, the Premier League abandons the December the 26th games apart from one. I'm not sure which fixture it is, but it's only one game going to be on the 26th. Premier is contractually obligated to deliver 33 games to broadcasters, so one game on Friday, the rest will be played on the Saturday and Sunday. It says the calendar pressure from UEFA and FA Cup shifts to weekends have forced fixtures to be spread over the 26th to the 29th. # for the people. Are you bothered by the fact that we're not going to be getting games on the 26th? It's just going to be one, or is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? I've seen a bit of a mixed stuff online. Some people are happy, say they get to see family, they get to spend more time at home. And obviously, it adds a little bit that dreaded no man's land between Boxing Day and New Year's Eve. It just adds out a bit.
Those of us that have season tickets so that we don't have to spend Boxing Day with family. We don't want to spend Boxing Day with family, and I don't want my Boxing Day football taken away for some knobhead in another country to watch on TV because they've got to provide a bloody game for them. They can piss off.
Well, yeah.
Make Boxing Day great again.
Well, I've only had going to the Boxing Day fixtures. I'd say Stevens' Day fixtures in England since I moved here. So I'm kind of either way I'm okay. As long as we get a lot of football.
I think need football. The family probably like you going on Boxing Day as well, Johnny. I'm just going to throw it out there,
Christ.
mate. If you
can imagine what Christmas is like at Johnny's. He's probably half cut, wandering around at 4 a.m. with rest of turkey stuck to his cock,
Wow.
When everyone else
is okay. It's that kind of part
on that note. Yeah, I've seen a bit of a mixed reaction from it, to be honest. I mean, I don't mind it. I'm really not bothered. I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to go and do whatever you can in the morning, then in the evening or afternoon or whenever they change our fixture, because that's what they like to do. They like to piss all over us, don't they? They'll change it and it'll be, and then it's just wanking it, 27th, 28th, 29th, etc. It's just like, ugh.
It is, yeah. But I do like the tradition.
It's one of them. Yeah, it's one of them. I'm not really asked by it, but I've seen a few people kicking off and stuff, so I thought I'd get your thoughts. American Pie Hull style. Wow.
With Christmas turkey.
Wow. I'm definitely not coming down for a Sunday roast at your gaff, John.
It's an image I did not fucking need.
Just all you mean it's stuffing.
White Roselle says Boxing Day fixtures are a staple to the game. It's a pity that these traditions are going. I might have to talk to family members. Disaster. Yeah, I mean that's the general consensus really, that people are pissed off that they're actually talk to the families and spend time with the families. It's like, this is absurd. This is an outrage. I want to go get pissed with my mates. I don't want to speak to our lass.
This is my time off work as well, you know.
Yeah, right. Bloody Christmas. It's supposed to be Christmas. Season's greetings and all that sort of stuff. Now bloody
Christmas
miserable.
Football.
Game's
Eating
gone.
Bubble and Squeak. And all leftovers from Saturday. Oh, God, yeah, that's going to be on it.
Isn't there... it's only Premier League games that are off. Championship games are on Boxing Day, aren't they?
I think so, yeah.
So you still have to ignore the family to a certain extent. Like, just in the house. Oh.
Just pretend you're going. Just go, lads. If you need to go, just go. Don't tell your better halves or whatever that you're going. Just say, right, I'm off to the game, love. Nip down to the pub. Oh, shit. They changed the fixtures, didn't they?
Sounds like
a plan. Dear, I'm going to have to come back tomorrow. There you go.
See you in Peacock, Smarty.
Sorted, lads. See you all in Peacock for a couple of Swifties, boys.
Fucking great.
Let's do that, so.
Well, probably, yeah. We'll see. Right, anything else to add before I start on the old shit take of the week segment?
Nothing from
red
me,
hot this week. Red hot this week.
No, I'm good this week. I'm looking forward to these shit takes though. These are going to be juicy.
There's been a lot of activity.
There has been.
Hey, oh, has got a shit take this week, my little spat of fact.
I dare say that most of them have been Twitter spats between Luke and his cronies. Having domestics that just drive me mad because I'm having to sift through the shite that he's talking. I'm like, fucking, what's this? This isn't a shit take. It's just a conversation. But anyway, I'm going to have to add a little bit of context to this week's first shit take of the week. And that is a Mr. Lee Bielsa. He says, yes, Bamford. This is in response to him saying that he would have rather have had Patrick Bamford leading the charge than Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And he says, yes, Bamford, that's how poor our recruitment has been. Missed one vital thing Falk wanted, and we need firepower. It's not hard to fathom, but the owners want this league on the cheap. So, chaps, are we doing this on the cheap? Would you rather have Patrick Bamford up front, or would you rather have Dominic Calvert-Lewin?
Yeah, I'll take DCL, please, every day of the week.
If DCL starts scoring, like, he's going to be mental, like, that's the thing. But I don't know, man. I think that's a fairly bad take, saying they're doing it on the cheap. Like, spend what, 105 million or something?
Yes, Johnny, he is the one that called me a fathead, yes.
We've got two things though, Karl. We've got Bamford, who you know won't score any goals. DCL, who might score some. So I'm taking the might.
Yeah, and plus, we need to bear in mind, like, we had your man on there about the finances and all, and he even said then, Kieran Maguire, that we could only spend up and about 110 million or something. He even said it, like, and people are talking about bleeding Sunderland spending 160 million. They've been in the doldrums for the last 8 years. They haven't spent a bean. So their kind of scope for spending more money is a lot bigger than ours, because we came down from the Premier League with debt because we'd accumulated it through 3 years of spending. We didn't stay in the Premier League. So that's why we needed and could only spend what we could spend. I don't think we've done it on the cheap. If we'd done it on the cheap, they'd have brought in 2-3 players at most.
No, you can't spend 100 million and say that you're doing it on the cheap.
No,
it's not logical. But yeah, this guy, me and Bryn eventually wore him down. You know, brought him down to our miserable level. He started going off on tangents like, "Oh, Barcelona still owes whatever money for Rafinha," and it was like, Jesus.
That's not even true, is it?
No, that's when he called me a fathead, because I just like, mate. You're absolutely wrong. You're absolutely wrong here. Oh, piss off, fathead, or whatever they call me.
I love fathead as an insult.
He started throwing insults at me. I called him a bald character, and then he came back proving that he'd just been for his haircut. He got it.
He did, did he?
He really showed you.
He tweeted me a receipt for his hair. even though he was clearly bald. It got beyond. It was just fucking stupid. But yeah, we got him down eventually. But yeah, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, step aside, let Patrick Bamford take over the reins. Not for me, and I don't think not for anyone else. Shit take of the week number 2. I'll let you read. Oh no, I'll take this one because it's my response as well. James Marshman says, when you think of all the dismal defenders to have played for Leeds down the years, who is the first player that springs to mind? Mr. Woods or J Wood at 180 says Liam Cooper. Our Gilly says shit take of the week.
Fucking hell.
And then I responded, well, is he? Dismal defenders? I mean, he's up there. I mean, I'm sorry, but Liam Cooper is up there. I'm sorry to say.
People won't like that, Smarty.
People won't. Listen.
I'm with you. I
can't believe I'm having to go over this again. But I will, for the benefit of the new people. So I like Liam Cooper. I like Liam Cooper. I think he's been a fantastic captain. I really, really do. But he was very, very limited in the Premier League. And, I think he contributed to being one of the worst defences we've ever had, and obviously that's ever seen and ever been in the Premier League. And just on his day, he made a few good headers, he scored a few goals, but really, he wasn't that good, were he? Let's be right honest. Let's be right fair.
I never held him in mega high esteem as a player. Great guy, great captain, but not the best.
I wouldn't have put him in that thread. To be fair,
there are many worse.
I would have gone perhaps.
I'd have been on
Rocket
Jackson
Jr.
or Wotton.
Rocket Jr.
Scott Wotton's Scott
Wotton.
Cameron Borthwick Jackson.
Jackson.
Closed.
There you go. Deep
Cooper was crap in my eyes compared to top level players for other teams, centre backs and that in the Premier League.
Cooper was crap. I mean, we had.
I don't mean crap. It's a harsh word. But it was
not as good. Yeah, guys. Yeah, Pontus Jansson and
there were people who were far worse, who I would think of first if I were asked about worst defenders for Cooper.
Cooper wouldn't come to my mind straight away. There's way worse that we've had playing for us.
Yeah, there is so many different ones, but I thought Liam Cooper.
Neil Aston. Okay, now.
Yeah, Lorente Rasmus. Yeah,
there you go.
Robin Koch is up there. Matthew Pennington, remember him? Jason Pearce, wasn't that great?
I'm surprised Gilly didn't put Koch at the end of that bleeding shit take of the week tag.
God, yeah. Ian Ward with Giuseppe Belushi. He wasn't that bad a defender, wasn't Belushi. He was just an arsehole. But he wasn't that bad. Initially, when they signed him, he wasn't too bad. I remember that free kick he scored against Brentford.
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth, sorry, when he destroyed his coccyx celebrating.
Yeah.
Oh wow, there's some belters. There is some belters, like I say, but I don't think it's that much of a shit take.
Who's the Scooby man?
Oh, come on.
Come on.
Scooby, wash your mouth.
Why'd you have to do these things?
Should bite your fingertips off for that.
Unbelievable.
Writing that filth. Shit take of the week, number 3. I'll let you do this one, Jay.
Okay. Chris Hilliam, Chris LUFC7, he says, poor opposition, a win, and evidence in his absence that strikes our best centre-back. Perfect night. Best centre-back.
He's contradicted himself there, hasn't he?
Just a smidge.
Because he said that we've had the perfect night, but we haven't included the centre-back that he's talking about.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
I think this is one of Luke's, what does he call them? Strike sexuals?
Yeah.
Strike sexuals?
That's
something, what he likes to call
them. That calls them that, and he just calls them...
It might be.
Tacticos, and a word that I won't say.
Tacticos.
We'll get no revenue.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, tacticos and strike
we'll
sexuals. Those are the terms that throw around.
Yeah, you know, it'd be awful funny then if we found out that Luke played Football Manager or something like that. Using all the tacticals.
True tactico.
I mean, Twitter is an absolute minefield for stuff like this, isn't it? I mean, people can have their opinions, you know, and it's fine. Why aren't you showing up, you bloody thing? Thank you. But to say that Strike's our best centre-back, I mean, Joe Rodon's there. Joe Rodon's head and shoulders above any of them. I mean, Biol's obviously got to make up for it and whatever, and I'm sure he will do. He's an £18 million defender. It's like you alluded to, Karl. You know, we aren't going to spend nearly £20 million on a frigging defender that potentially was bought to replace said defender, being the best one, Strike. Why would you not frigging play him? All of a sudden, oh no, we've got into the Premier League now. It turns out we didn't really need to spend 20 million on the frigging defender because Pascal Strike's obviously his best one. He's bollocks, isn't it? He's a good squad defender. Is Stroke, but he's not as good as the other two. Time will tell. Obviously, the benefit of hindsight is a wonderful thing, etc.
Vial is an international centre back with many caps under his belt. He has stats for heading that are beyond anything that was in Italy and Europe, I think, last season. We got him for a snip if the rumours of him being wanted by some really good clubs the season after the Euros is anything to be believed. Because, again, I'll reiterate what Smarty said. Why wouldn't you play him? But it's just a no-brainer, like. It's a no-brainer.
We were always waiting for an opportunity to put him in the team, weren't we?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. And I'm just glad it's not because Strike is completely fucked up or anything like that. I think it's because it wouldn't have done Strike's confidence any good, because generally you want, you don't want to be changing a player because he's fucked up. You want to change him because of tactics. You want to change him because of different elements, or he's ill or something like that. You don't want it to be because he's fucked up, because then if it ever is a case that, God forbid, either of the two get injured, you're looking at him again, and sure, if his confidence is in the toilet, then you're absolutely full anyway. Like, so
you don't want to put a broken man in the side, do you?
Yeah, it's detrimental to how you play, and he won't be confident on the ball. So it's probably worked out best that it's happened like this anyway.
Yeah,
yeah. Like I say, he hasn't done anything majorly wrong, and Strauch.
No,
not that's like, right, get him out of the team. Not calamities Melia and stuff from last year. There's been tiny mistakes, etc. But there's been nothing massively glaringly obvious. But you can't have an £18 million defender that's been specifically bought to start in the Premier League just sat there wasting away on the frigging bench. It just doesn't make sense. Why would you?
And he's still getting picked for his international team.
You won't be spending £18 million on Strike, would you? Let's be honest.
No, I think so.
You won't.
We're at Square Ball that asked what they think Strike's valued at, and they said something similar to what Beal is. Like, if we were selling him, we'd want 20 million sort of thing.
No.
We'd get about 11 or 12, I reckon, if he were.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably.
Between 11 and 15, I'd say we'd get from, but I don't think we get from.
It's like you look. I mean, statistically, we're one of the highest clearance headers in the league last season was Beal. And how many frigging times? I mean, again. I mean, it were a bit of a random one. It were a bit of a strange one to score from that little flick on or whatever. But that were Ampadu's, man.
Yeah.
Ampadu's dropped a bollock there. He stopped and he let him just wander into a little bit of a space. Beal's looking dead at the guy with the ball. And Ampadu just stopped. And as it happened, Bowen's just flicked it onto his head and he just nugged it straight a bit. I mean, he's one of them, isn't it?
Do you know what? With that one as well, I'm not surprised that happened because, well, Jared Bowen finds them little passes every week he's playing. It's just he's backed up by a load of shite in front of him, really. Like, so you're kind of looking at that and you're like, look, that's just a one-off. That's not a centre-back's fault. That's a centre-mid's fault for not following his man.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not the first time he's done that. A few people have blamed a couple of bits on Strike, and Rodon. Rodon's not been, completely crystal clear about, picking up men and stuff that he should do. How many times have we left a man unmarked in box and they've just nutted it in? We've literally the last few games we've conceded in 90+ minutes has been because of defensive errors. Those tiny margins and them lapses of concentration in the last stages of the game. It just happens, and that's what we need to knock off. The last shit take of the week then. It's Callum. Well, it's a West Ham UFC Callum. He says, Stuart Atwell, you pathetic. I put a little smiley face in there for everyone, for obviously to protect you guys' eyes. He has given them absolutely everything, and Gilly has said, wow, that's a shit take of the half. He made Ampadu go off the pitch having not been, having not even had treatment, and that's when they had their best effort of the night. Did all he could to even up the game once we weren't in front. And then Sean Page replied saying, did his best to get a Goodmanson off without treatment. Too awful. Yeah, he tried to get him off, even though neither of them had been off the side of the pitch having treatment.
Yeah. I thought the ref was absolutely garbage for both teams. I don't think he gave one team more than the other, if I'm being honest, but I thought he was just shit all around.
Yeah, average.
Yeah.
It was quite even. It was quite even from him. He was giving the stuff that he should. Also, so he was giving, the little bits and bobs, the little niggles or whatever that really don't really qualify a free kick or whatever. He was giving it for both teams, and then stuff that you think, friggin' hell, hold on. He were waving it on. It's like, this is what I don't get. It's so inconsistent, and they're all the same. All refs are the same.
Yeah,
But
that's the thing. Like,
VAR.
It wasn't like he gave one thing for us and he didn't give it to them the next free kick. He was just shit overall. Like you said, the niggly fouls that he was given, there's absolutely no need for them. Like, it stopped the flow of the game. There was one instance where Goodmanson got fouled running out of the defensive area, got tripped, got back up, started running with the ball, and then the ref called it back and we were on a break, and he had, so he was shit for both teams. To say that he gave West Ham more than he gave us, I think that's bollocks, man. He was crap for both. I think it's just
an easy throwaway comment in it that you're on the losing side, and from a bias point you might say, well, he's clearly giving them everything. Well, no, it's just we've made our performance count and you haven't. They were absolutely shambolic with West Ham. I expected more from them, and I'm sure they probably will do. They've got the team. They've got the team to do a bit of damage, especially down the bottom of the league. But when you look at the league now, and we've gapped them quite considerably, it's a hell of a mountain to climb when you've got such a massive gap, even just to the other play. It's 17th, 18th.
Yeah. So how quickly 19th. Southampton drifted away when they went down.
Yeah, that's the thing.
If you go too many games early on, you just your morale's smashed, your mindset's fucked, everything's down pan.
Just on the chat of the officials, this made me giggle in the stadium when they nearly got the ball back on the center of the pitch to start a kick-off again, and then the lino just out of nowhere just went, nah, fuck you lads. I was like, that is the most dramatic lifting of a flag I've seen by a linesman in a long time, and it just went.
Penny went over like that. Yeah. Stuck his flag up, but we were like, yeah. The bottom of the league, then you've got Wolves on 2 points, West Ham on 4, Forest on 5, Fulham on 8, which was surprising given their performance last season. Burnley on 10 and us on 11. You look at that. That's a 6 point gap from us to Forest in 18th.
Yeah,
it's growing, and to say that we're so early in the season, 9 games gone, and there's a 6 point gap. That's crazy. That's
like considering that the promoted teams are a lot better this year. You can see how poor the league was last year.
Oh God, yeah.
It just goes to show how poor it was last year. And if either of those bottom 3 could have strung a couple of wins together, they'd have been flying ahead of half the teams down there. But it was just a terrible standard last year, and the bottom 3 just made it look even worse.
Shocking, it was.
Yeah.
Right, Jay, can you do a poll? A poll as
I'm just doing it. I've been rewinding the stream to reread the
option 1 is the Bamford over Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Option 2 is Liam Cooper, worst defender. Number 3 would be Strikes, our best defender. Hell, what a frigging contrast that is. And then number 4 was the Stuart Atwell, you pathetic goat.
That's it. The poll, as Luke likes to call it.
So if you can be asked and you want to choose which one's the worst take, please go and vote for your worst take of the week.
Give us a little vote.
This is why we do it. It's just because people should just be more careful when they're talking about Leeds.
And like I say, it's a minefield. There's so much shit out there. Not just about football, but just everything in life.
Very entertaining, though.
But it's great. Whilst you lot are voting very, very quickly on the new poll that Jay has kindly done for us, I'm going to run this little video.
Have you ever wanted to wear your questionable football opinions? Now you can. OKB has teamed up with Back4 to make some merch. Start small with an embroidered patch. Stick it anywhere. No, not there. Then there's t-shirts, multiple designs, colours, sizes, all guaranteed to make your mate say, "You paid money for that." Mugs. No, not Jay and Karl, actual mugs. For your brew, for your tears, for both. Hoodies, same deal. Multiple designs, colours, sizes. Ideal for pretending you're fine after getting battered off an ESL team. And snapbacks, because nothing says midlife crisis like flat brim confidence. Or no better merch, available now at the Back4 shop. Go on, treat yourself. Or don't, you'll undergrade it later.
Got your special hat on now, aren't you?
Midlife crisis, flat peaked hats, that's what it's all about.
And you can tell Gilly is in IT and not sales, because he's really selling our merch there, and he's really promoting it there, you know.
And I love that he called you two mugs whilst trying to sell the cups as well. That's just an artistique take on that one.
Oh,
but
yeah,
yes,
I'm okay with that.
We've got our back four, our links, etc. So we'll post that on YouTube and the Twitter. So we'll get that. If it can be asked, if you want to look like a mug like us, hey, these two, don't even have theirs yet because they can't be asked. Go and get them off Gilly. So bollocks.
We don't all live next door to him.
I'll just keep repping our
don't
merch
all live
myself.
next door to him.
Selfish bastard up here. He's happy to go get his, but he don't want to help anyone else out, does he?
I'm going to drive mine over to bloody Bradford and chuck him on the other side
just
of
slag
Leeds.
you off, but I don't want to help you. Fuck off.
If you really wanted them, you'd have gone and got them, wouldn't you? But yes, if you want to look like a mug like us, go and grab yourself a t-shirt or a cap if you're having a midlife crisis. I have asked for a couple of the guys or a couple of the people that I know have bought them to send us a couple of pictures of them wearing them. And here is Bren. Sporting his... Oh, look. Giving the people's eyebrow there as well. Look, he's got a Chardonnay, glass of Chardonnay. I don't know, he's somewhere in Spain. He's clearly sunburned.
I'm on my Allybobs.
I'm on my holidays. And we've got Lee Fryer from Andy's Man Club. He's there, look, representing as well. Lovely. Love that. Love it.
Nice one.
Go get yourself one. Get yourself one.
Yeah.
Right, lads. Brighton away at the weekend then.
Oh.
Brighton.
Yeah.
Don't really know what to say about it. I don't know how I feel about Brighton because they seem to play well in some games and then absolutely terribly in others. They got slapped around a little bit, but did okay against the scumbags last weekend. Few injuries for us, obviously, to be concerned about. We will find out more on Thursday in Facts press conference. Hopefully, Goodmanson is back in the fold. Maybe Okafor will be okay to carry on playing, and maybe we might even see Nonto. Who knows? But I'm hoping some of the other players have come back from their illnesses. Brighton are without Kruder, Veltman, and Mitoma. They're quite likely to miss the game, which is very good because Mitoma's a bit of a special player in it.
I was going to
Veltman's pretty good as well.
I was looking forward to the Mitoma Tanaka battle in midfield there, if I'm being perfectly honest.
It might happen. It might happen. I mean, this is just press talk, so it may happen. Like I say, a week's a long time in football. So I'm sure that they'll find out more on Thursday as well. But how are you guys thinking about lineups and stuff? Are we going the same sort of lineup against West Ham, or are we going more defensive like we've seen against your Newcastles, etc.?
God, it's a good question, to be honest.
Yeah. I'll go to Karl first, then while Jay thinks about that one. Then
go on then.
I can see him scratching his milk.
I think potentially go the same, strictly because if players that you've mentioned there are going to be out, I think it's a good chance to maybe get at them a bit. I think Be-all probably has enough to keep Welbeck under wraps for large portions of the game. So as long as he doesn't get a free kick around the 18-yard box, should be fine. For us, I think it's... Again, I'd be contradicting myself if I said, change, if Dan James is fully fit, change him for Aronson. But I said Aronson's sure to lose at the minute. Okafor, I'd like to see him start, but I think maybe starting Dan James for the first 45, maybe 60 minutes in this game perhaps would probably be the better option. With them potentially, I don't know, maybe Tyron looking after Dan James on that wing, perhaps bringing Okafor on with half an hour to go with his trickery, his ability to find a good pass, I think might be the way to go. But I think they'd be the only changes I'd make, if I'm honest.
What do you expect it to be?
I expect it to be exactly what we saw last Friday.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. I don't think he takes Tanaka out. I think Tanaka played too well to be taken out.
Do you think?
Yeah.
See, that's the only position really, that centre midfield, that could change, and it's likely the only kind of positions that do change based on who we're playing.
Injuries permitting.
And he's pretty much said that himself, Annie, a few times. Obviously, he dropped Stack or whatever. He says because of I don't know whether we're ill or whatever, but bringing Tanaka into that midfield, I can see it either being Tanaka or Stack being back in there. I think and the rest of it's just dependent on wellness, injuries, etc.
I don't think
yeah,
we'll see
right.
a lot. Like, I genuinely don't think we'll see a lot. Maybe one, and it'd probably be the
See
one you
what
were
Gabby's
talking
like.
about. Yeah,
See,
kind-
JJ
possibly,
might come
yeah.
in for Gabby.
And
Yeah.
I wouldn't be kind of sitting there worried if he did come in from after seeing how he played again. We go back to it on Friday night. Like, I think he was very capable.
same.
And
Yeah, he's
he did
tidy player.
he did like to get forward as well. There was no kind of I'm just going to do my defensive role here. And I wouldn't be opposed to him being in and maybe giving Gabby another week off, because the last thing we want is him getting any long-term injury because we've rushed him back.
Yeah.
I think he's probably one of the most important cogs we have at the back. And yeah, I think Justin coming in, is it James Justin or Justin James, or is it
Justin
just JJ?
James.
Just JJ.
JJ. That's why I call him, because I'm just like, well, it's just easier rather than getting it frigging back to front.
Confuses everybody.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah,
call him
simple.
both,
Yeah,
don't they,
simple
on
folk.
Square Ball?
Yeah, Justin James Justin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the way I'd see it going. Like, I just think at the moment we don't have any players that are going to come in that are going to let the team down, but then you don't want to
No.
drop players that are playing well, because cohesion and finding an understanding between your midfield is tough at times. But they seem to have done it all right, you know, whether it needs changing or not. They seem to have done it all right, but you do want to see a bit of consistency, you know.
Yeah.
Anything for you, Jay? You happy to see and looking forward to seeing the Memphis Messi back in action on Saturday?
I can't wait, mate. He's definitely going to play, isn't he? So, you know, we're going to have to be happy. So, hopefully, he plays
Richard Hogan's
well again.
looking forward to Gilly's American boy back against West Ham.
We shall see, shan't we? I think, as you say, it's, you know, Parker doesn't like to make changes anyway, does he? But especially when you've won a game, it is just whether he's trying to be slightly more defensive or not. But I still think even if he is trying to be slightly more defensive, he'll still put Tanaka in there over Stack. I think Tanaka just looked pretty solid, as Karl said. And I think when you've got a guy who's been sat on the bench like he has, who's been patient and he's come on and he's done all right, it's not right to take that away from him again straight away for me. And that's not going to do you any favours with the player, is it? He's going to be upset at that. He's going to want answers. And we don't want to start upsetting players at this point. Let's just reward people that have done well and change them out when they don't.
Tom Bernard says he think he'll go with Stack instead of AO. I think, like I said, I believe that's the only real change that we're going to see, you know, away from any sort of injuries, etc., and any forced changes. Like I said, we all love Tanaka. You know, we're indebted to him from last season. He was absolutely unreal for us last season. But I think, it's taken him a little bit of time to get used to the Premier League, because in games he has looked a little lost. I'm not really sure what sort of challenges he's going to face against Brighton. I'm not totally au fait with them. However, we are going to need someone that's going to be up to the challenge of Jorginho Rutter should he decide to start flying around. What sort of reception do you think he's going to get then, based on everything else that we've seen from other ex-players?
I don't know. It's going to be any different. He didn't want to leave. Didn't, you know? He knew he was leaving and still played in the League Cup game. You know, so I don't think there'll be any boos, but I do hope Ampadu puts one in on him.
Yeah. That's fair.
I'd go with that.
I think with the thing with like Rutter and stuff, you know, like when he bagged against Southampton last season and him giving it Leeds salute and stuff like that, and he's still singing the praises of Elland Road and says it's his favourite stadium and stuff. You know, there's clearly a connection there for him still. You know, it meant a lot. It meant a lot to him. But like I say, genuinely wish him all the best. Cracking play from us, but I do hope Tanaka absolutely spears him. I don't want him playing well against us, because that would genuinely break my heart if he bagged against us or, like, you know, assisted or something. I would be pretty pissed off.
Apparently, he was in the ear of Buenanote trying to get him to sign for us on loan that time, according to some sources online. Don't know how true that is, but with what you've said there, Smarty, you know, he does still have fond feelings towards the club by all means when he was doing the Leeds salute and all that as well, like, you know, and it'd be good to see him just shite in a Brighton shirt.
Yeah, I know. It's a shame, innit?
Yeah.
It is a shame that we didn't get to. I mean, we didn't see Gray. Gray didn't come on for Tottenham, did he? I can't imagine that. He didn't feature, did he, for Tottenham? Archie Gray.
When?
I don't think he did, no.
He didn't come on, did he? I didn't think he did.
I don't think he did.
It's only a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I was coughing and I was on mute. I was just trying to.
I thought
we'd remember because it'd have been a talking point and would have.
Yeah,
been
well, like I say, so I mean, I don't know what sort of reception he'd got, but obviously, while we're talking about the reception of ex-players coming back, etc., I just thought I'd throw him in as well. But he'd have probably got the same as well. And apparently, the cop were clapping him when he were warming up and stuff. So he's kind of different in it. It's just strange how there's just such different contrast between some players will get booed and some players will get clapped, and then blah. It's just a bit of a mixed bag in it. Yeah. So I don't know, but yeah, I think like you say, I think the guys will be relatively unchanged. I don't think we can drop Aronson. I think he's playing really, really well. Probably now we've said that, he'll have an absolute stinker. He'll be pitching a tent on the Berardi and Coke on Sunday. That's going to be it. It's just going to be his thing, innit? Oh, yeah.
Hopefully, Nonto will be back on the bench and actually get on the pitch, and DJ might be good for a nice chunk of the second half.
Do you know what? If the two boys are on the bench, someone in work said it to me there yesterday. They were like, if they're fit enough to be on the bench, they should be, essentially fit enough to play at least half an hour.
Should be.
You're not going to fill up the bench with two players that you don't feel are fit enough to at least give you a good half an hour.
No, that's true.
So even if we start with Aronson and Okafor, we could finish with James and Nonto. And let's be honest, I think everyone would be happy with that.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anyone that could sit there and go, no, I'd rather someone else come on. And it's like, well, no, they're potentially two of the best players in that half of the Premier League. You're not going to leave them sitting on the bench. You give them half an hour, get them running.
Yeah, I think if they're good enough, especially a player like Nonto, if he's going to be on the bench, he probably will feature. Yeah. But you don't know how severe the surgery was, do you? And you don't know how well he's recovered since that surgery. So it's a little bit airing it. And we've got another international break coming up in the not too distant future as well. So hopefully everyone will be back after that. Yeah, it's garbage, it's shit, but we don't need to talk about it.
I don't want it. They're talking about the Boxing Day and fixture congestion. Get rid of this shit.
Well, they're doing it next year, aren't they? They're gonna be off for 3 weeks next year. So they're just going to congest November and October into one international break. So
which is a bit shit at the time.
Up until March.
Better overall.
Oh yeah, isn't it? Friggin' hell. No.
Yeah. Well,
at least it's an actual tournament though during season rather than a frigging couple of friendlies or some bullshit, league shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Was it the internet? What is it called? That chuffing stupid league.
Nations
That's
League.
the one. Fucking what a load of bollocks that
Who
is.
gives a shit about that?
Anyway, certainly not Karl with his two teams. Greedy sod.
It's like.
I'm going to give us some predictions then. Everyone in the comments, get your predictions in. What do you think the game is going to be on Saturday against Brighton? Karl, give us a score. I know we don't do the predictions league anymore.
Yeah.
Thank the Lord. But I would be interested to see what your prediction would be for the weekend's game.
Realistically, 2-2. That's me head ruling over my heart. My heart saying 3-2 leads.
I'll take a point.
Difficult
place to go, innit? A long way as well. I think we do have an extra day's rest. Not that really counts for anything much these days, but quite a lot of people are going for a draw, actually.
Yeah.
Steve Brown says 1-1. Phil Leonard Skinner says a 2-2. Bryn saying 1-1. Scooby says a 2-1 loss. Just a little ray of sunshine today.
Speaking of positivity, I'm going for a 1-1, mate.
Dream. Harrison starts 2-0 loss. 0-2. Come on, Leeds. Jay, give us your prediction. What are you saying, mate?
I said 1-1.
Oh, did you? Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Leeds. I can taste it. Manifest, lads. Manifest. That's what it's
you get back what you put out, lads. You get back what you put out.
Exactly.
Simple.
So,
here.
Is it London?
Just gonna say.
Is it London really? I don't think Brighton. I mean, it's south. It's London way.
It's not bloody London. It's the south coast.
Man, when they play Palace, isn't it called the A51 Derby or something stupid?
Something weird like that. Yeah.
It's like it's
a weird rivalry, don't they?
It's an hour and a half away. Fuck off. It's not a derby. That's like saying Wrexham and Cardiff is a derby tonight just because they're both in Wales.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid. Anyway.
It's Jay, can you prepare
So
the
in terms
Andy's
of
man?
why I started going to AMC, I was going through a really difficult.
Sorry, I was a bit
Excuse me?
premature there.
What
I think
the hell?
my finger slipped. Can you prepare
what she
the
said.
Andy's Man Club speech, please? Whilst I just
And do
play
you want the
this
poll
next clip.
result now, or do you want to wait?
We'll do a poll result at the end of the pod when we close out. But like every week, we like to, well, not every week, most weeks, we get some facilitators in to send an audio clip as why they got involved with Andy's Man Club and what interested them in going, etc. Just a little bit of background story for everyone that might be thinking about going or might be interested in someone else, sending someone else, or etc. etc. So another one of the facilitators has sent this audio clip in, and if you'd just like to spare a minute of your time to listen.
So in terms of why I started going to AMC, I was going through a really difficult patch. I'd had a really challenging few years. I'd just lost my dad. I was going through some counselling at the time, and they recommended to go to AMC. And I started going, and there's nothing quite like it, really. It's very separate. It feels like a bit of a family, and it's about peer support, so there's not that power dynamic. I think that's just brilliant. And I keep going because I felt like it just gave me a lot of perspective on other people's problems. It made me a better listener as well. And after becoming a facilitator, it really helped me open up and help others as well in a way that I'd not quite done before. It's brilliant. It's consistent. It's there every week and it's free. You don't get that with most other counselling. It's, you get your 6 weeks and that's it. And it becomes like a family, like a routine. And that's very important. And you always feel like you can turn to those guys in your moment of need. And you don't really get that anywhere else. You feel like they really do get it.
It's very well described.
It's a proper club. It's a great clip, that, isn't it? Obviously the other clips that we've had have been brilliant as well, and obviously probably delve a little bit more into personal stuff. But that really does give a take as to what these guys offer when you go down there and stuff. I know a lot of people are probably out there are a bit, in and out about going or whatever, maybe a bit cautious, etc., a bit anxious about going down to one of these clubs. But it really is a club sort of vibe. And you should go down there just like I said, if you just want to go and spend some time with some other bloody blokes, get away from your missus or whatever, or whoever,
Boxing Day.
just to get out Boxing Day. I don't think they're over Boxing Day. But yeah, just lads, if you are struggling, if you're going through a bit of a dark time or whatever, reach out, go and speak to these people down at Andy's Man Club. You will be welcomed in open arms, and a hot cup of tea or a coffee and a cup of biscuits. You might get a cup of biscuits.
You might do.
Especially at Christmas time, there'll be some shortbread kicking around and some mince pies. But yeah, go lads, keep talking. Go get yourself down to there and keep, and like I say, make some friends down at Andy's Man Club. Have you got the readout, Jay?
The readout?
I did ask you to do the readout, yeah. Going through a storm.
You asked me to make a video for that.
Yeah, a fucking pain in my ass, James.
Did you make a video
Why did you
for
ask for that? I made
Literally
the video
about
for
3
that that we
seconds.
just played.
It doesn't matter. I'm not having a domestic with you on live in front of however many people. If you are going through a storm, chaps, go and check out their social medias. They will tell you where all their destinations are and stuff like that. Go and check them out. Mondays at 9 o'clock. Thanks, Jay.
Mondays at 7 to 9, not 9
Completely
o'clock.
Caught me off guard here.
Is it 7 to 9? Sorry, yeah.
7 to 9, yeah. 7 to 9. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, look, it's like Smarty was saying there, it's free, lads. Don't feel pressured to do anything that you're not wanting to do in relation to talking. You can go and sit there and just drink tea and just hear how other people talk about their problems. It might give you the encouragement to then be able to put your issues into words rather than sitting there bottling it up. And look, it's good. Go for it.
I found the readout that I asked you to get. If you're going through a storm, I've recently been through one, and you're a man over 18, perhaps Andy's Man Club Leeds may be able to help you. They have venues in Horsforth, which is the new place, Kirkstall, Pudsey, Central Leeds, Hunslet, Seacroft and Morley. They're open from 9, Karl. Not 9 o'clock. Don't turn up at 9 o'clock, boys. Every Monday, barring bank holidays, which kind of cancels out the Boxing Day one. We also run weekly and monthly social events with our aim to get men talking and to smash the stigma around men's mental health. Details of all the venues and everything are up on Andy's Man Club Leeds Facebook, so give them a follow and help spread the word.
My brain
Like
circled back round now. When you said, "Can you get the AMC ready?" I thought you meant play the video, but then you played the video, which confused me. And then you asked me to do the read, and I was already confused at that point. I didn't know what happened.
I'm just eating mon. You did so well with that video for me, and then you let me down right at the end.
Just let you know what's happened here. Friends playing catch up.
It's fine, lads. I don't think we've got much else to speak about this evening. I think we've rambled on enough. We're at an hour and 5 minutes. What is the poll result, Jay, at the end of all this?
The poll result, and for once, when I've clicked end poll, it's actually given me the results straight away instead of that thing it does where it just disappears for a few minutes and you're like, shit, what have I done with it? So, bottom of this was Strike Sexual with 10%. Next was Not Too Atwell, 24%. Second place, Crappy Coops, 24%. And number one was Prolific Paddy with 42%. So there you go.
Prolific Paddy.
Prolific
there you go.
Paddy.
So it's nice to see that people have some common sense. I mean, people will like Patrick Bamford and probably wish he was stayed around, but I think, his time in a lead shirt to come. In fact, I still don't think he's bloody found a club yet. Apparently, we're training down with Coventry.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
Spain. I've got about 8, by the way, Richard, guitars.
Can't play them.
Don't play very well, but I've got loads. That's the ADHD. It keeps me buying them.
It looks like you play loads, Jay.
I'll get better if I buy another guitar because it'll motivate me and play it for like a week and then remember I'm shit and start playing one of the other ones I had.
That's why he's got 15 irons.
Yeah, he can.
There's only one iron there. And
I'll be able to iron better with this one.
I'll try and do some iron. I need a new iron. I don't want to look like an old handkerchief when I go out and spend some time with my mates. I need a new iron.
Sick.
Sorry, mate. Right, thank you everyone else for being in the comments tonight. It's been a fun one. I think Luke and Gilly will be back on Sunday for the Berardi and Coke. So, like I say, keep an eye out for that one. Jay, Karl, thank you very much for joining me tonight. Karl, it's wonderful to actually not have any interruptions.
I've changed his life.
And he's just welcome. Stop watching
People were slagging off his internet.
Stop watching dodgy things on that laptop.
I can't. You have to show your face now to get any of that crack. So
that's it now. Well, that's it now.
Keeps putting a picture of his brother up to the camera every time.
Which passport are you using, Karl? Anyway, thank you everyone else. If you haven't liked and subscribed and you fancy doing, then crack on. If not, we'll see you next week. Thank you very much. Catch you all later.
Bye.
It's all to know better. We all to know much better than letting Karl go on with Jay. Luke's calling out bad weathers, and Smarty is no better, and Gilly gets fan mail again. But every time we go live,
shit take has been
can't speak or even tell the time.
It's more a toys out of the pram.
It's all
if I see his mother in
we
the stands,
much better.
I'm
this
gonna crack an egg
show for tonight. And if you like these weapons and you don't think they're balanced, please go check out our merch site. Good night.
Little tosser, and I hate him. He's shit. He's average, and he's a shit house.